But I had a massive turning point in 2015, early 2015. And that year it popped, dude. Since 2015, it's been on. And that year I went out and issued 460 grand on my own pen, really started getting aggressive at the hiring side. And
wow,
dude, my income's doubled or tripled every year since. I mean, 15 was a turning point. So it took me 7 years from the time I applied to really light it up. Two and a half years actually selling in the business before I really became anything in any fashion, you know, before I stood out, if you will. Man, I was slow getting started, dude.
What was the turning point to just freaking blow it up?
Yeah. So
was it
you ever hear people? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I turned a switch, man. You ever hear people say they're like tired of being tired, sick and tired of being sick and tired?
Yeah.
So I was 35. How old was I at this time? I was 30, 2000. What year was that? 2015. So I don't know. Shit, I can't do the math. I was born in 77. So I was 37 or something, whatever it was, 36, whatever. And again, 5 kids. And dude, we're at this time like when Steph and I, our first couple of years together, like we're clipping coupons, bro, to go shopping. Does that make sense? I had 5 kids, dude. She's making 50 grand. I'm making 40. It don't go far after taxes, you know? So we had old cars. We had a little 1,200 square foot house. That was hers, by the way, not mine. I just moved in with her. And, you know, when you get divorced with 4 kids, you pay child support. So I was having to pay child support. It was expensive. Steph was helping with it at the beginning. And when I got divorced, the way it was right after the mortgage thing. So they based all my numbers based on that mortgage income at the time. And I just wanted out. So I signed. I'm like, dude, whatever, just let me out. I'm just signed. I'll sign whatever. And part of the agreement was alimony as well, but they delayed it 5 years. So I didn't have to pay alimony for 5 years. So a combination of just really figuring out what I wanted to achieve, be more like a certain few people, Killimet, Mark Mead, Matt Smith. I was having some good conversations with them. They were giving me direction. And then that 5-year mark was like March of 2015. So one day I'm in the office dialing. We dial on Mondays and Thursdays. I'm in the office dialing. And at this time, dude, I'm running like 12 appointments a week. Nothing crazy. So I'm in the office dialing and I get a letter. I bring my mail. I open the mail in the middle of dialing. Instead of dialing, I'm playing with my mail. And the letter was to collect for the alimony, $1,000 a month that I had to pay extra. And at the time, that was a lot of money to me, you know. So I lost my mind. I was pissed, literally throwing crap around my office. Me and Killimet laugh about this still to this day. So I'm literally banging stuff in my office next door. He comes over. He's like, "What the hell's wrong, dude?" I'm like, so I tell him, and I was like, "Dude, I can't believe I'm like freaking out over $1,000 when I have an insurance license. I was losing my mind, bro, over $1,000. It's one app. Like looking back now, I'm like, it's one app, bro, for the whole month." You know, so I was pissed. And I said that day, dude, I told Killimet, I said, "Bro, is it okay if I cuss or should I not?"
You can a little.
I'll shorten it. I was like, "Bro, I'm going to go make so much mother effing money that I will never in my life worry about $1,000 again, ever." And dude, it was like a switch, bro. And by May, I was making 50, 60 G's a month. Wow. I mean, it was like overnight, dude.
Dude, I've got goosebumps. Who else was that powerful, by the way, right? Like that's, for those that don't know John, I'm going to interrupt for those who are joining us late. He went from struggling to his agency now inside of FFL will write over 100 million this year with about 1,500 writing agents per month. Like this dude has exploded, and he's talking about how he couldn't even pay child support. He's talking about how he couldn't pay, clipping coupons for groceries. And now he's one of the most successful people that I get to hang out with. Like that's the power of stuff like this, by the way. So it's cool to hear him go from, I have nothing, I'm freaking pissed, and it's time for me to get my actions together. And he does, something flips, right? He flips the switch. And then literally a few months later, he's making 50, 60 grand a month. That's powerful. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts, dude. It was nuts. So that year I issued 460 grand, dude. And I was number 4 in the company. And I was competing with Matt Smith, Mark Mead, Paul McLean, Andrew Taylor. Those were the ballers, dude. They were balling.
Yeah.
And I ended up number 4 in the company that year, dude. And then the team.
What did you change? Yeah. What did you change to explode? Because obviously a lot of your effort, your schedule, your numbers, a lot of it changed.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, that's all it was, dude. Schedule, lead flow. And I committed to, I held myself accountable to run a number of appointments. I did 30 appointments a week minimum, no matter what. And then what I did for me, because everybody like, that's common. I can run 30 appointments a week. But what happens if you run 22 one week? You go, get them next week. Does that make sense? So I came up with, I'm running 120 a month, no matter what. So if I run 22 this week, that means I need to run 38 next week. So I stayed really consistent because I didn't want to run 38. You know what I mean? I didn't want to do that yo-yo thing. So I committed to 30 appointments a week, 120 a month, no matter what, which is 1,500 a year. And my goal going into that time frame was to make 250 grand that year. And I sold 460. So the 30 appointments a week. And for me, what I did, and this is just a tip I'll give you for me, you know, different lead types can have different results, of course. And I like all leads. I'm a multiple lead type, multiple lead vendor kind of guy. I didn't have as much success at the time with like a final expense, internet, Facebook kind of lead. You know, I crushed it with direct mail mortgage. The other types, I had more no-shows. They were smaller premiums, things like that. Right. Yep. So for me, when I booked anything that wasn't a direct mail mortgage, I counted it as a half an appointment because it didn't give me the same output. So if I'm running 30, it's probably 40, but I counted a bunch of them as a half, right? Because I realized that I can't get rid of the crap, so why not account for it?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Factor it in. And so I overbooked, which meant I had to buy the lead flow to do it. So I committed to massive amount of leads. And I remember this, dude. I called Sean, and I'm like, hey, dude, these lead areas are available. I'm considering doing it. I'm ready to make the change. But man, what happens if I get like too many leads? I'm worried about it. And Sean laughed and he goes, dude, can I ask you a question? I was like, sure. And I have no clue, dude. Now I see stuff coming. Then I was so green. I had no idea what was happening. I'm like, yeah, sure. What's up? He goes, do you realize that leads equals money yet? I was like, yeah, for sure. He goes, did you really just call me and ask me what would happen if you had too much money? I was like, damn it. Got it. My bad. That day, dude, I locked down so many leads. It was stupid. And I just committed to have an overabundance of leads. And if I had an overabundance of leads, that meant I could book appointments easy. I could like cherry pick, dude. I didn't have to call people 80 times and the same person who hung up on me yesterday to call them again today. You know what I mean? I didn't have to do that. Yeah. So I cherry picked it because I started to realize the value of my time. You know what I mean? Instead of calling Joe 48 times and getting told no by the same guy, I just buy too many leads, overbook, and I'd get the money back faster. And then I was hiring. I've always been hiring. I just wasn't really that good at it at the beginning. I've hired since day one. I understood to build this from the very beginning. I just couldn't keep agents because not the way I went at it. But at that time, I started getting some traction. So I decided I was going to overbuy leads, overbook my days, because I had a really tight schedule. I have my kids every other weekend, and I had them a day during the week. So I only ran, dude. I was only in the field 11 days a month. I didn't run a lot, but I was stacked, bro. Because I ran like Tuesday, Wednesday every week. And then I ran, and I had my kids every other weekend, right? So 2 weekends I got kids, 2 weekends I don't. So I ran Tuesday, Wednesday every week. And then I ran every other Friday when I didn't have the kids. So I'd always run that opposite Friday because I wanted my kids too. And then I ran the weekend, the Saturdays I didn't have the kids, where I'd just be home with Steph and Maddox. I ran one of them. So every Tuesday, Wednesday, every other Friday, one Saturday a month. I did that for 3 years. And for me, if I didn't if I didn't hold myself accountable to enough appointments, that meant I didn't have money, which would mean I'd have to run on days where I was supposed to have my kids. Does that make sense? So it was like, dude, I'm gonna go nuts on my field days. So my reward is I get to chill with the kids. So that was my schedule, dude. Only 11 days, but I would run 10 appointments a day, all day. And yeah, I mean, so it was that. And then the leads, if I overbought the leads, which meant I could overbook the appointments as I was hiring, then I could just give those leads out to agents. Right. So I became like a lead dealer. Does that make sense? Because agents were maybe too timid to buy leads. I'm stacking them. I was like the lead guy in the office. I wasn't afraid to buy them because I knew I could make money on them somehow, some way, whether it was through my efforts or someone else's. I was doing splits. I'd sell leads. I'd give out leads. Dude, I was doing whatever. I just wanted names and numbers for me to book easy appointments. And then the rest I'd deal with. And that's how I started to build the team. You know, agents would run, they'd limp in with leads and buy a couple $100 worth. And if they were doing all the right things, I'd be like, hey, dude, here's like 20 more. Hey, here you go. And I'd start giving them out, which meant more volume for the team. It made the agents made more money, made them more profitable. And then I could easily teach them, like, dude, see what happens when you have more leads, how easy it is? Now take the money you just made from the leads I gave you and put it back into leads. So you don't end up back in that hamster wheel, you know? And then it was consistency, dude. I didn't miss a week ever, never. I didn't miss a dial day. I didn't miss a week. I hit my 120 appointments every month, no matter what. I don't care what I was doing, traveling. I would shift my schedule if I had to. You know, I used to fly to, I've flown to places to sell. I used to sell in Utah some, Ohio some, because it helped me build the team. Yeah. I did all kinds. I became an animal, dude. I got crazy with it, honestly. I mean, I just started doing abnormal things. I started doing more than everyone around me. I was kind of like, dude, who's this wacko? You know, that was really it, dude.
Yeah. Not impressive at all, is it, guys? It's it. That's all.
And then you know what I found, bro?
Yeah.
Then I got pretty good at it after that. I was seeing so many people, like I started getting damn good at it. Yeah. I was like, whoa. Then I started learning the control and the psychology of it all and how I could ask questions the right ways. Dude, the skill set came after the activity. Most agents want the skill set first. I'm like, nah, don't work that way. Sorry. You know?
Hey, if you love what you just saw, okay, that is an exclusive private group called the Rising Stars Mastermind that you have to be accepted. You have to apply and be accepted to be a part of. So we do a call like that every single Monday, and I want you to be on it. It's exclusive, it's behind the scenes, it's private, and we interview a power player every single week just like that, and they share their story and they drop some massive bombs. I'm talking, think about getting access to the top 50 people in the entire industry, okay? And you're getting access to them as a part of this group every single week. So there's a link below in the description to apply to be a part of the Rising Stars Mastermind. Now, when you become a rising star, okay, because you believe in yourself, the number one thing you need is information. I'm gonna give you the information and motivation, accountability, and the network every single week together. Now, in the Rising Stars Mastermind, yes, you get the weekly call, okay, the weekly coaching call. You also get access to my sales system for an entire year. You also get access to every course that I've ever made forever. You also get to spend a day here in Springfield, Missouri with me. You also get a workshop event in the next year here in Springfield, Missouri as well. Okay, this Rising Star Mastermind comes with more value than we've ever put in any product before. And I can tell you that if you want to get to the next level, you want to be on private coaching calls like you just saw with massive power players that are going to get you to the next level, then stop what you're doing, click the link in the description, go apply, give us some information about you, and hopefully we'll see you on the inside. Hey, if you enjoyed this, I got another one you're gonna love. It's right there, click on it, see you in there. Okay, I'm gonna jump into the content. I've got a 6-page ebook. If you would like a free copy of the ebook, go to CodyAskins.com/ebook. Okay, write that down, go on your phone. You can even grab it now and follow along. Again, CodyAskins.com, my first name, last name.com/